You
Yeah,
get what I'm
it's
saying?
very powerful, like what you're saying. I mean, I think we always underestimate the power and the value. I mean, the value
Yeah.
of
We
a
like
referral code.
can you guys just imagine somebody like Matthew, like EJ, risking 25% of their fucking wealth, excuse my language, just to use it for refer codes and to save the company from anybody else trying to buy it. Do you guys understand how safe you guys are in the future? Because let's say in the future a big company like let's say Elon Musk wants to buy us, right? He's not gonna buy us like that because he will have to buy your referral code. He will have to buy everybody in the company, which is impossible. And even if he did, your referral code gonna cost money. So make sure
I
to
don't
treat
know.
it like your
I don't
credit
know if you
card.
guys saw, guys, the stock, Tesla stock went down by 50% in the last 24 hours. So maybe we'll buy them in the future. Let's just be very positive and
Awesome.
work hard and get all
Yes.
those co-ops behind us. But I'm
What?
seeing a bunch of questions already up. If
Yeah,
anybody has some more
we're gonna get to
quick
the
comments,
we're gonna get to those questions. I just wanted just to mention just really quick on the tail. And thank you, Malik, by the way, for giving some
Oh
of your
no, thank you
amazing,
so
Malik.
much. You guys is amazing. I love you guys. I've been praising you all the time. Thank you so much for all the work you guys do. I wish I have a team like that.
Well,
To
you
be honest.
I
Well,
think you're
you're a
gonna
part
be.
of that team.
That's
No, no, no,
right.
no. I'm just saying, like, I wish if we ever have a teams like this that's clicking, understanding, doing their job, it will be beautiful. So thank you so much for every one of you guys. I really appreciate everything, and that's all I gotta say. Don't miss the opportunities on the refer code because you can be richer than the real owner.
Yep, that's
Thank you,
right. I
There
mean,
Malik.
you go.
and
Right.
that being said, I just wanted to say yes. I mean, he did mention the fair eats and fair delivery. We are going to be rolling those out. In fact, that technology kind of already exists on our app. I'm sure a lot of drivers, and that could be one of the questions here is, is that working or how do I do that? That is kind of like, we've looked at it as our kind of our phase two, I guess, if it were. We wanted to do
Yeah.
people first. And your referral code is very valuable today, right now, for people. You don't have to wait for delivery. I mean, people, talk to other people and it's word of mouth and it's referrals. I mean, that's one way to use your referral code. But think about, going to nonprofits. Think about going to your church, your organization. They need, fundraising, activity. Why not, sign them up and give them their own referral code? Imagine them using it in their congregation or their temple or whatever religion you might have. Imagine them using that code just within that alone, right? Into your own
It's a great
community
idea.
and being able to have that go. I mean, think about
Yeah,
all the
like
different nonprofit organizations that are out there. How just using either your code or better yet, I would actually say I'm going to sign you up as a customer. You can use your code, which I get 2.5% off of. I mean, that to me is that's on people I don't even know about are getting signed up. And quite frankly, I would rather give them that benefit to earn for that nonprofit, and they see the value in that. They're gonna. I mean, you don't think they're gonna push that out there once they start seeing all these rides come in and so forth? Of course.
you're trying to steal Dennis from me, man. No,
He's still
no one
talking about
understands.
Denny's. He's still talking
I
about
know,
Denny's.
I know. No, think about it. Like, let's think about it. Just let's be honest. Think about it. Can you imagine how many orders they do a day?
I can only imagine, Malik.
And
I can imagine.
that's
But I
why
mean,
I want
even
people
my
to be
little
excited. Look, I
even my
want people
little
to be.
favorite taqueria down the street does a lot of orders for sure. I mean,
How many?
I can put my little referral code on their
Yeah.
counter.
Can you imagine when you have that master code? Because if you receive that master code, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you can sign them up, and then the money that comes from every order that person eats, you get
Yeah.
percentage out of it.
If
Oh,
drivers really realize just a little bit of effort, I mean, a little bit of effort can go a long way because remember, what's great about referral code is residual income. And the concept of residual income is I get paid, forever or multiple times for just one effort and one time. So whatever I do today, that one conversation or that one effort that I do, that's all I had to do, right? And then I'm off to the next thing or whatever. But I don't have to keep working that deal. That work code is working for me and it's generating my money day in, day out when I'm sleeping, when I'm on vacation. I'm still going to be earning that money. So it is extremely powerful. And I don't think we should underestimate the power of that. Eventually, we are going to go into the whole delivery food thing. That's a whole another big thing that we're going to be doing, which
I
we have.
think what would be a great idea is us to share the referral video with everybody towards the end, so that way they see how the referral program works and how valuable it is. And that, the fact is in Canada, we've completed over 80,000 deliveries. We got people there making a few $1,000s a month just in residuals, which is amazing. Like, I mean, just from signing opening up 40 restaurants. But again, we wanted to at first have a base of drivers because that is to us the most important. Restaurants have a little bit more time, ahead of them than the actual drivers. So that's why we decided to focus on drivers first because they are to become obsolete much quicker than any restaurant. So that just you understand our thinking. We are here to take care of drivers first, and then we're going to look at every other stage after that. And again, by building this hub and building this structure and actually making it strong from the very beginning. Why don't we get into some of these questions?
Okay, I got the first question here. It says, is there a time frame on how soon San Diego Airport might be ready to go? I can somewhat answer that myself by
Sure.
just saying, you know what, it's just really up to you. So if whether you're a driver, if they want to answer this question, it's up to you. Meaning, if you're signed up, if you have your app on, if you're, spending your time in the airport or in the queue, when we have enough that we see that's active, that's online, and it's a bit of a mixture. I mean, most of that will obviously be our penny share people, right? Where they didn't necessarily have to do the investment to go in, but it's also a mixture that we do need some people that did partake in that investment, because there is that marketing and maintenance fee that's involved in that. And that means every single month when they're making their payments, that's a huge amount of revenue that we can put towards opening that airport, getting the licensing done, getting the permits, and continue our advertising inside the airport. It is crucial and key that we do the marketing inside the airport, because it's one thing to get your permit, it's one thing to have enough drivers, but everybody that gets off the plane, if they don't know who we are, it's not going to work, right? We have to spend those dollars there. So in order to do that, we need everybody participating, and if you are going to be a share
Well
person,
said.
or committing to that payment, and quite frankly, it's going to pay off for you much better than the penny share people. Nothing against the penny share people, but I'm just saying your investment has a twofold. You have an investment in the company. You also have an investment by getting paid higher on each and every single ride. And so that's just going to push that even forward. But we do
And
need
on
those
that
drivers,
note,
and we do need those penny share people, because, like I said, there's a lot of
they
those as
drive the
well.
value up. They drive
Yep,
the
and they
value
drive the
up of
value
it.
up.
And
Exactly.
we're okay with that at all. Like, I mean, we don't expect everybody to actually go and make that investment. I mean, of all of our drivers, we have a good percentage that have, and then we have a big percentage that didn't, which we're okay with, because again, we can only deal with people based on, their what they understand and what they're comfortable with. And we're not here to we're here to give everybody opportunities, and not force people to do what that makes them feel uncomfortable,
Yeah,
because
and we
that
have
goes against our agenda. And the reason why Los Angeles is online, and San Francisco is going to be online, and we already got the approval in Sacramento, is because we had enough drivers there that did make those payments to become a full shareholder. So again, it wasn't all of them. It was a nice, chunk of them. I mean, you guys you show us, we're very open and transparent. You show us 20, 30, paying members. We will show you that license very quickly with a marketing budget attached to it to really push this thing out and make sure that San Diego is getting multiple rides per day and just growing like wildfire.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
again, to quote our CEO, it's up to you.
Yeah,
Can I
it's
ask
up to
something
the
real quick? Ivan, can I ask something real quick?
Sure.
Like for you guys are success. Like we like everything you guys are doing. So one thing you guys have to understand to encourage the drivers to be online, to sign up, more like customers, to be like, personal drivers, because you guys gonna have to understand when the airport like requirements comes, and then you know how long we wait for Uber and Lyft. How many hours? We'd be waiting like 2 3 hours just to get one customer, right? So just imagine when we get everything done in the future, we can have something like as in like priority mode for a whole
Oh,
month.
we already agreed to that. We agreed
Yeah,
to
for
that.
a
No,
whole
no.
month.
Anybody that's using the referral
Thank you.
program and actually bringing members on will be getting priority at the airports.
Yeah.
100%.
No, no,
We
hundred
have to
percent. No,
reward those
no,
that
no,
are
no,
that
no.
are working for the team.
Absolutely, no. No, we agree on
Anyways,
that.
anyways,
The
let's let yeah, yeah,
the
let's get
Let's move on to some other
Let's get
questions.
on
Let's
that
move on
next
to some other
question.
questions that we have. I have another question here. When getting penny share, or when getting a penny share option, which is obviously like the 55% after your Stripe fee, which is better than
Yeah.
Uber and Lyft, it says secures the full price at current price. Maybe I don't understand the.
Sorry.
So it says when getting penny share.
Juan,
Yeah, sorry, what I meant to,
Juan is still with
yeah,
us?
what I meant to say is
Yeah.
that for the full membership, it's a certain price, and
Yeah.
for the penny share, it's a different price,
Yes.
obviously. When you get the penny share, does it hold? Like right now, someone said that share is gonna go up in the future.
No,
Does it hold
I,
that?
I wish we can't.
No,
No,
it's
it
fine.
doesn't.
It's just a
Because
question.
look, yeah. No, that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. But at least at 55%, it's still more than what Uber's paying, like 30% now in California. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what
no.
we're hearing from most of our drivers. So at least there's 55% there, which is still a help. And again, for some people just can't afford to make that $87 a month payment or whatever it is that we worked out with the financing company. So we have to be respectful for everybody. But for those that do, we have to, respect their investment and their time that have been, from the very beginning, etc.
Understand.
So Juan, why
yeah.
don't you go through your questions? Because I'm now realizing all these questions are your questions.
No, Juan's the best.
So-
No, I like that.
Yeah,
I
so
like
go
that.
ahead,
sorry,
Juan,
guys.
and start asking your questions, starting with the outside San Diego. Start with that one. Go ahead, read that off.
Okay, and I guess my question is for the penny share, it goes the same thing for the what's the next
full
for
share.
the California full share. If I get that, will it secure the same price? I'm assuming it's different for the California subscription for share ownership.
Yeah, so in other words,
So-
California right now is at that 500 level per share. But if you actually purchase a share, let's say in another state, that's when you're seeing it being start at $100. And I think that's what you were asking. Is that correct? Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute. I'm sorry, Juan. You're on mute.
So when I get the 500 for San Diego, if it opens up in another state, I'll get the lowest price.
No. I think you just
Yeah.
confused them there. Listen.
Yeah.
Okay, so our number one goal obviously is to grow California. But a lot of our members don't just live in California, or they have family in other states or whatever. So what we've done is we've allowed them not just to purchase shares in California, but to purchase shares outside of California. I think that's what Ivan is trying to say. So obviously, because those states aren't up in any state that we're not up and running yet, which is pretty much all the states, with the exception of New York coming up soon, we are not. We are only charging $100 for that share because it's we haven't established. We're in the process of establishing it. Once the license is established, the share becomes $300, and then as we hit milestones, and it's another important thing to know that once New York comes, so just so we're very clear again, we're looking at with the airports coming online and the what's it called and the whole thing with the Dolby Theater and stuff, we're looking at about a $200 bump on our share value. So it'll go up to 700. But when New York comes on, that's going to affect the share in California as well, because it's like now we have two licenses running in across the country, and that'll bump it up to, let's say, $1,000. You know what I mean? Our goal, just so I'm very clear with you, our goal is to get this share within 2 years to about $7,000. This is our goal, $7,000 to $10,000. And the reason for that is that when we take the company IPO, on average, when we do the IPO, we could see a 15x or 15 times hit, which will take that $7,000 share to 105,000. Now, again, we believe, based on traditional information and information we've seen from what Visa has done, that this is a conservative number. But even if we said that we were only to achieve, half of that, that's still $50,000. That's still more than enough money for you to go and get a driverless robo taxi that's going to drive for you, and you stay home and make money instead of being cut off at your knees, which is what these these apps unfortunately want to happen, right?
Gotcha.
So yeah, just so understand, there's the growth in the state, and then there's the growth outside of the state. But as a license comes on board, the whole thing rises.
Okay,
just,
gotcha,
and
gotcha.
just to be clear, whenever we're talking about, potentials or whatever, that is our goal or our targets. I mean, there's no, obviously I can't say
Yeah,
guarantee you're going to get XYZ or whatever. It could be way more than what AJ just said. It could be way less, right?
yeah,
We all know that, right?
yeah,
But I'm just
yeah.
saying that the reality is this is what we're setting up the driver to give them something or have some plan of action by becoming an investor. That gives you a way better opportunity than the little money I'm going to get from Uber, Lyft, and stick some cash under my mattress or something is not going to be enough, right? So if I can ride the wave of what they're doing in the co-op, for all these milestones that they achieve, I do my initial small investment, it grows, I get to a point where, I may have that opportunity, to purchase that autonomous vehicle, or, I can use it for something else. I mean, we would hope that we would set you up for that because we're going to go make those deals with the Waymos or the Teslas of the world. We're going to say, hey, look, we've set up our drivers. We have, millions of drivers across the country. We've set them up in this thing. We're looking for a really good deal. Can you make them a better deal to buy this autonomous vehicle than you're offering anybody else? And of course, obviously, we've got power in numbers, and they're going to cut us an amazing deal, which even benefits you even more. Maybe you'll get 2 vehicles, maybe you'll get 3. I don't know, depending on that situation. So yeah, that is kind of the model that we do because we're trying to save the driver, right? That nobody else is out there to do anything for the driver for their future. So we are stepping in to say we're going to do it. We're going to do it collectively. So that means you. So if you invest, that means you're part of that process, right? You are now part of the collective. Everything you do, it indirectly benefits another member. Anything another member does indirectly will benefit you. Okay, that's how we're all like connected within the co-op. Very different than an Uber or Lyft model. Your other question, I think, on that first one there was in regards to outside of San Diego. Our app is currently live in the entire state of California. So you, as a driver right now, you can take a ride from San Diego all the way up to Redding, California, as an example right now, and on our app, and you would probably be able to pick up a customer there and come back to San Diego if someone wanted to go that far, right? It's a long ride, right? But I'm just saying, I would just say all the major populated cities are covered by us. If there's an area in California that might be, I don't know, maybe it's in the Mojave Desert or something in the middle of nowhere, possibly if there's no driver there, the app's obviously going to say, hey, we're not here. And that's just because there's no drivers available in that area. But any major populated city in California, we are active. And then we are actively pursuing other states. As he mentioned, New York is another area that looks like we are getting a lot of attention. So all those drivers that he mentioned right now that could purchase that $100 in other states can actually show us activity because we see that, right? Every time they're purchasing one of those. So next thing you know, we've got 300 drivers, 400 drivers, 500 drivers in a state.
And by the way, that's how it's happening. That's
Yeah,
how we are
so that
almost able to afford that license and insurance
exactly
there.
that dictates what next state or what next city we are going to go because we see the activity, right? So we see the drivers are like begging us, please, by all means, come to my city, come to my state. We already have X amount of drivers that have signed up. We're going to go there. And of course, that share value is going to go up as we get those licenses and so on. California is going to be a great model example for all the other states to say, look what we did in California. You guys can do that too. So that just covers it there. Will there be a limit of the drivers for San Diego Co-op? Right now, there's
Yes.
I mean, right
No,
now,
no,
there's
no,
limit.
no, no. But in
But
the
at some
future, there
point in
will
the
be.
future, yeah.
Once we see that drivers have to work more than 8 hours a day, this is by the way, a very, very good question and something that was part of our number one thing that we all said, this has to be a rule. We need people to work only 8 hours a day so they could actually live good lives with their families, enjoy their lives, rest properly. And if once we see the app, okay, is people are keeping their app on for more than 8 hours, we start looking again. It's all online, so we can see this right away. And then we're gonna look. First thing we're gonna look at, how much money is this person making? Is this person, deciding to stay on extra just to make more money, or is it because he's making less money during the 8 hours, so he needs to stay on to make the normal amount of money that he makes? And this is going to be the real test. Once we see that, that's when we stop the membership. We say, hey, listen, any new members want to join the co-op?
On the waiting
No
list.
problem. No. Go to Palm Springs. Go to Rancho Mirage. Go to wherever. There's a spot there for you. You know what I mean? We cannot disrupt. You know what I mean? Or we have them work at different hours of the day. That's another thing that we'll be like, you guys are in here at the beginning. It's so important because you guys will be able to dictate and kind of control and be sort of tenured or have a senior sort of how can I say this, respect on the platform for all the new people that want to join. No problem. If 9 to 5 is booked, guess what? You're gonna have to work only the night shift. That's the only thing that's available.
I think
If that's not,
I think he was mostly asking that, that question poses the point what Uber and Lyft are doing, which is oversaturation of drivers.
yeah, which we will never do.
We're never going to get into an oversaturation
We
situation.
will never do that.
We'll prevent that from happening. So that means
That is in our bylaws.
yeah, and that is basically what AJ's saying. If there's a spot or a certain time frame or another area, that's one thing. And then if I just don't want to move, then I might say, well, you're just going to have to be on a waiting list until one driver, retires or pops off, and then we'll put you in, kind of a thing. So that kind of answers that question. What are the deactivation criteria for the co-op? I mean, I would say obviously it's the most obvious, I mean, if you're really doing something wrong, right? If you're really being accused of something that you really are doing, right? If you are drinking, if you are, you're reckless driving or all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just common sense that obviously you're going to have to be temporarily deactivated off the platform until there's an investigation. I will say this, the quote investigation is not going to be done, or should I say, is actually going to be done and not just be not done like it is on Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft say they're going to do something while it's being investigated. By far, I have not seen that effort. In a lot of cases, I don't think they investigate every situation. I think a lot of it is just a bunch of BS because I've seen it myself with my own eyes and other people. But I think that video technology is really where that protection is going to come in place. At some point, I think we might make this as a requirement and to be a driver on our platform in order to be very fair when it comes to deactivations or any kind of quote claim to our drivers that said they did this, they did that, whatever. Well, I've got video evidence, and as long as we're going to have a real person review that video evidence, and the video doesn't lie, right? So I mean,
and not just a real person, it's going to be one of your peers.
Yeah,
it's not going to be some corporate, it's going to be somebody from the co-op that understands, that drives, that does that goes through the same challenges that you go through.
We're
and
here
then obviously we have to have the lawyer involved as well.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, we will have you'll be judged by your peers, so to speak.
It will not be, you're not going to be, deactivated for no reason, right? So I know that's what's happening right now with Uber and Lyft, and people are saying, oh, the customer said they, smell alcohol in your breath or whatever. Well, hey, I'm Muslim. I haven't drank in my entire life. How is that even possible, right?
Yeah,
I mean, all these kind of things that happen. So it's just, it's using common sense, which I don't think exists within Uber and Lyft in their lovely deactivation department. And quite frankly, it could be done way, way, way better and be fair, right? So we're going to be very fair, and we're going to do it in a way that I feel, especially like I said, with video evidence is what's really going to take care of that particular situation. And let's see, going to the next question, the residential payments are made monthly, weekly, daily. Or residual payments are paid out every month. It could be in the form of a credit. So that person, let's say a customer, just they want to use those as credits towards free rides, right? Or on our platform, they can do that, or they can just simply cash it out. So the driver.
But that's at the end of every month.
Every month,
you could use your credit every day. You know what I mean? But at the end of every month, you pull out money. That's it.
Right. Yeah. So if you want the cash, you got to wait for the end of the month. That answers that question. Will there be a computer system to see our referrals, which are like drivers, passengers, that kind of thing? On the app, it does exist right now that you can see your drivers and customers that have signed up. But I think, are you asking more like a back office type of a situation? Is that what you're asking?
No, you actually, by the way, you get to see, once they're actually using it, you'll actually see money being deposited in your account from which customer or which driver. You get to see that.
Yeah, so it's on the app.
Right in your wallet.
That already exists within the app at the moment. But as far as
we built it in.
Some back office thing that might be different in the future, but for sure that already exists on the app.
It's just built in. Yeah.
Yeah. What happens when someone downloads the app and doesn't have a referral link and requests a ride? Who gets the referral fee? So that, I guess, has been a new thing, because we do have an option where a customer, when they first are signing up, it says, do you want a referral code or not, right? Are you sure? It actually makes sure that they don't go further without answering that question, right? I would imagine that most people like to make a little bit of money or like to have some residual income. They're going to say, yeah, I want my own referral code. Absolutely.
Then they have to put in a referral. Exactly.
Right. But there is an option where they possibly could say no for whatever reason. And so AJ, he's asking then where does that go? If that's the if they
That
do-
goes to the federation.
okay. So it goes back in that we would basically re-put and reinvest back into the co-op, obviously.
Mhm.
Next, let's see. I think we did that one. How many drivers are needed to get the San Francisco literally on or online?
San Francisco?
No. I'm sorry. Did I say? I'm sorry. San Diego online. We're still kind of determining that number. Just to give you an example, in Sacramento, which is a much smaller airport, we needed to have a minimum of 150 drivers with their apps on and online to do that. But when we're talking about a much larger airport, such as yours, obviously that number is going to be greater. We will have that determination. We're still getting that number together, but it's going to be, it could be double that, let's just say, as an example, right?
Yeah, that's a
I
fair
would say that
statement.
that's a very possible number, but we'll have more of an exact number to come out. But like I said, it's, we need drivers and we need them not just to sign up, but we need them to have their apps on. It doesn't cost them anything to have their apps on. Let's see. The other question was, how many cities besides LA are in WIP to become active cities? What do you mean by WIP? Sorry.
It means work in process.
A work in process, sorry. So how many cities aside from LA work in progress to be active cities? Can we see that in real time? So everything is active, as I kind of covered before. All the cities are online, they're active, they're all working. We all have customers and we have
Well,
rides.
all the bigger ones. I mean,
bigger
we do
ones,
want to
yeah.
get like Bakersfield and all of that. We, have one or two drivers there and this and that. But like Palm Springs is happening, Fresno, Redding, Sacramento. I mean, pretty much all the main, San Diego, obviously now, Los Angeles, obviously, LA, what's it called? Orange County, and what's the other one? What am I missing? A Reading, of course, which
Yeah,
is all
Reading.
the way up in the north.
Yep.
So we do have a bunch right now. These are active.
San Jose. I heard San Jose.
San Jose is part of Bay Area, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah. So yeah,
Let's see.
no.
Once the market matures, will drivers be mandated what? Mandated to drivers be required to drive a minimum amount of hours, right, to earn their residuals. So right now
No.
there is no required time to earn
No. And in
residuals.
the future, no. If you're a member owner and you have residuals coming in, that will never change. 100%. You will always have your residuals. This is you have to go to see your family for 1 month or whatever. That does not change. These are residuals are yours for life. You're going to give them to your children. That's how we've done this. Okay. 100%. For the penny shareholders, we've all also agreed to offer it the same way, because if they're putting in a big effort to actually drive membership and to get us members, even though they're not full members, then all the power to them. And again, every time they do a ride, when we're doing it at the 90-10 split, which is the 85% that the drivers get, the federation basically breaks even. It doesn't make any money. Like there's no money for marketing, for this, for that. We do that out of the maintenance fees and that come from our members. Now, from the penny shareholders, the federation actually makes a little bit of money. So that was kind of the argument that we had day one. We said, well, wait a minute, we're making more from these drivers. They may not understand or they don't care to be part of the co-op itself. They just want to make 55% and use the referral code. Well, you know what? They deserve to have that referral code for the rest of their lives if that's what they want. We're here to make everybody, as happy as possible, and also respect the efforts that they put forward. You know what I mean? The only thing we do question is if they're not if you're a penny shareholder and you're not no longer with us doing anything at all, maybe in the future that is something that the co-op itself might vote on and change. But 100% for any shareholder, that will never change.
Okay, I think we've answered all his questions. I think he was the one that was asking most of the questions. Is there any other
I love
questions
it.
Well,
Any other
sorry, guys.
questions?
This is my first meeting, so
I love it. I love it,
I
Juan.
got
No,
a few
please,
businesses
brother.
going besides being a driver, so I have a
No,
few
no, I
questions.
really appreciate that.
I guess
These are
I guess my
intelligent questions.
I guess my last question will be, let's say I am a shareholder, owner of a share. Is that what you call it?
Mm-hmm.
Owner of
Yep.
a share.
Yep.
And for some reason, I give it to another driver or another person that just wants to invest. Maybe he doesn't want to drive a whole lot. And I mentioned the company name, Fair Co-op. He loses my referral. He let's say he even jumps to one of these meetings. He wants to join. What happens then? Does he need, I guess, kind of like the passenger question, does he need a referral to get a full share, and who gets it? Same thing, the
Well,
corporation?
no, no. So for example, if you introduce this to somebody, now on the driver's side, you do have to have a referral code. It's just on the customer app where there's an option. All right. So we made that very simple because we always want to recognize who's bringing us the drivers. You know what I mean? Because that is the main part of our business. So if you referred somebody and they signed up, if they don't like you, they won't use your referral code. They'll try to find someone else's referral code. We can't control that, but you'll know right away because as soon as they sign up, they're going to appear on your app. Danny, do you mind showing them quick on your app what it looks like?
I mean, AJ, what I mean is, let's say right now I jump into this. Let's create a live scenario.
Okay.
I jump into
Yeah.
this meeting and I say, AJ, I want to sign up. I don't have no referral code. Who do
So
you give it
you
to?
need to get with a driver that referred you to this meeting or however you heard about us. Or
Exactly.
whoever
It
introduced
would be one of the guys from SDU. It would be one of the guys.
we can't give you anything. We can't give you a code or whatever. So then you would have to go find one that exists in
Yeah.
maybe the airport lot or something like that. But
Yeah.
it's not something that we're gonna, like I say, do. It's gonna be
Yeah,
you
yeah.
find that driver, whatever, or find
Yeah.
one that you like. Maybe
No,
it's so
no. But
popular.
I would just go either Lewis, Lee,
Yeah, you got them
or
as well.
Librete, and that's it. I mean, they're the guys that you wouldn't know who we are if it wasn't for them. So that's how I would handle it. Just to make life easy because
Yeah.
fair is fair. You know what I mean? We
Yeah,
got the
yeah,
rideshare
no.
professor is the one that introduced us to him indirectly, so we had to put them under his referral code, right? So it's all everything is to be done in a fair way.
So in other words,
It's our name. You know
I
what
want
I
to
mean?
say something.
so the answer
Louis?
correctly, if I understand it right, is that signed up is on hold until they get a referral number.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can't refer. The app won't allow you to register unless you have a referral code. Lewis, go ahead.
So, Juan, so basically, you're here because you heard Fair Co-op through San Diego Drivers United. But I understand your question. So, the way that I sign up, many of you don't know. The way that I sign up and the way that I approach them is because I did my research. I went to their website, I checked their YouTube channels, and there's a referral code on their website. I remember there's one on your website or your YouTube channel, and that's how I got signed up. So there's a different way. You can go to their website or YouTube channel, and I saw there was a referral code. That's how I signed up. I wasn't signing up, but somebody else, like a driver,
I think you
I
saw
signed up
the ride-
directly.
I
I
find
think it was
it.
the rideshare.
I find
It
it
was
on
the
the
rideshare
best.
professor.
Yeah.
Rideshare professor, which isn't our video, but that's okay. That's his video.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay,
rideshare
maybe.
professor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means someone can turn into a social media, or what do you call
Yeah.
them?
I mean,
Influencer.
you can
and
go out
get a
there.
bunch of,
Why not?
Juan, if
Go
you
signups,
wanted
right?
to,
Yeah,
Juan, if
we
you
have
wanted to
people-
right now, Juan, and you wanted to become Mr. Social Media right now, and you create your own channel and tell everybody TikTok, Instagram, you could go crazy. Use your referral code, and everyone that's going to
No.
sign up, whether they're a customer
Gonna
or
have-
driver, are going to
yeah.
sign up under you.
Like
Cool,
even
cool.
for the
really good.
influencers, we're gonna have some tips from them because they can't just use it all the time. If they have to do ads with us and advertise us, because they're gonna make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. We appreciate that, you know what I mean? So being that famous, making that big money, you're making like 10% of the company.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like I said, referral codes are very powerful, especially when you put them when you have access to somebody that has access to a lot of people. I mean, the internet is was one avenue that you can take your code and reach out, hundreds and thousands and millions of people, right? Depending on
More
what
than that,
followers
yeah.
you have. Yeah.
I mean, like you can own the whole 25% all of a sudden. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying, like, is all about how good you do it and how you present the company, and you're always gonna have the the time that we let you allowed to to be on it.
Exactly.
Because it's gonna be limited time for it.
I know we were opening this up to Q&A, but like I said, this is getting very long, so I kind of wanted to wrap it up. So if there's no additional questions, I would like to kind of move forward and close this meeting out because it's been a very, very, very long. This video has been recorded, so we will put this up for the people that have the patience to watch a 3-hour video, I think is what it is now, or something, whatever it is.
Well, listen, man, people can keep it playing while they're driving, in between picking up and really listening. And because I think, I mean, really, we needed to have all the information together. And then that way, we can, be there and
we might break it up. We might break it up in sections.
Questions.
We might actually break it up in sections. Maybe we'll take the Spanish version, the English, and then we'll do like the Q&A as a separate video. I don't know. We'll
something like that. That's a good idea.
But, you can I highlighted the most important stuff.
Yeah, we might do something like that. But
it's nice.
But I want to wrap it up. I wanted to thank everyone that did stay all the way till the end. We appreciate you. I mean, like Juan here seems like a very serious individual. He stayed with us the whole way through. I got to see him, and so I appreciate that one. And like I said, if there's still other questions or anything, get with your leaders here in San Diego. That's why they're there for you. If you need to get those questions answered, like I said, through the union there, I'm sure they're there to assist you and help you grow the co-op in San Diego, 100%. So
one last thing, I want to thank AJ for coming. I want to thank Matthew and Ivan and Danny. Thank you so much. You guys are like the greatest leader ever. So we really appreciate you guys. We appreciate the team that you guys got connected with. San Diego is amazing. It's beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a beautiful environment work. Thank you for all the leaders. And I appreciate it.
Malik, you speak Arabic. Would you be willing to come to San Diego for all the Arabic drivers down there?
Yes, sir. Abbas también.
So there you go. I guess that's the
answer. Malik, I would like to invite you to our English group. We have a lot of people from Middle East that speak your language.
Perfect.
I would love to have you there. Yeah.
I'm gonna have my office in San Francisco. You can always Zoom me with them, put me on the phone with them. I don't care if it's 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
In fact,
he's a machine. This guy's a machine.
Lee, if you want to make an Arabic channel that you for the drivers, put Malik in it, and he'll talk to everybody 24 hours a day. I guarantee you.
Wherever you want, anytime. Like be like, hey. And then look, I promise you, I will not use your code. You can use it yourself.
Malik, you can count on us as support. We are planning to actually help other cities to do the same thing we have.
Yeah,
that's what being part of a co-op, you guys, is all about. I mean,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah. When we opened up the airport in Sacramento up here, I mean, we had Kevin, our president from LA, drove up. We had Redding, the president, that he came. We had other drivers, other people. They all came to help us support sign-up drivers. So when we were getting to that point where we're starting to really get the airport open in San Diego, believe me, you're going to see a huge amount of support from every city in California that are all going to be going down to San Diego to talk to every single one of those drivers in that airport and get them fired up and get them signed up so that when we launch that airport, it's going to be, we're going to be ready. So
I can't tell you how proud I was. I wasn't even in the country, and how proud I was to see, the real people being real family and being there for each other. And that is the number one intention and actual, how can I say this, inspiration that we all have. And what we all need is to know we're not alone.
The faith that we have and the belief that we have. Can you guys believe it's 3 days I haven't went home? Because I want to make this happen. I'm dead serious because I believe in the future is gonna change people's life. We're gonna be part of something that we're gonna look back and be like, oh my goodness, we changed so many people's life.
Yeah. Malik, one hand, man, one hand.
Brother, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate everything you guys are doing. You guys' translation in Spanish is great. The way you guys understand each other, the way you guys ask questions, You guys is amazing. I wish we had every place as you know, every team as you guys. Like, you know what I mean? So we're willing to help you guys anytime. Just let us know whatever you need. We're here 24/7. Call me, doesn't matter, anytime for any help.
Anytime. Same here, man. You can count on us.
Mad
Oh,
love,
yeah.
guys.
I'm happy. I'm happy that I met you guys today, and I don't know if you guys know, if you guys noticed, I commented something on you guys group, praising how great you guys are. But like, you know what I mean, like I'm wanting to like always like contact you guys and get more experience from you guys and get help.
Mad love, guys. You guys are all the best.
All right, you guys. So let's take a close to the call. Want to again thank you guys for all hanging in there. I know it was a bit of a long call, but you know this will be the one first of many, and we will make sure that we next call that we will keep it to an hour. This was kind of our first one, so we let it go a little bit. But we will make sure that that next time we do one of these, we'll definitely keep it within the time constraints.
We'll edit it down. I think that's
The
a
only
great
thing that I
idea.
will add to this video is that I know all the leaders in San Diego are planning on doing some big events. There are going to be some major events that they're going to be doing. At least maybe once every month they'll have an event for the drivers to go to. Drivers can check us out. They can get signed up. We'll have music, food. It's going to be a bit of a party and celebration, but a network, and really to get to know all your brothers and sister drivers.
And then one more thing for the Arab community.
Yes.
If you guys gonna have an event and you guys want everybody to go, just let me know. I have the right influencers to let them know to be there, to engage with you.
Excellent. Yeah. So yeah, Malik has a lot of influencer friends that are in a lot of Arabic speaking social media places, so he'll definitely get the word out for sure. But that's something that you guys will, I'm sure, all see in the chats there. If you're a driver in San Diego, that will all be released, and then if we do another one of these, I'm sure that'll be released out there as well. But let's go ahead, Danny. We're going to end the recording, and just wanted to say, you guys, thanks so much for all your efforts, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks so much, you guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye,
everybody.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Ramadan Kareem. Allah
Ramadan Kareem. Bye, guys.
Gracias.
All right.